such a pleasure to talk to both of you. The first question is obviously about the improvisation on films like that. Is it necessary just to feel like what the situation is and to make it work?
Well, if you want people in the audience to feel like they're watching a bunch of people who are having fun and wanting to entertain the audience, then it is important that you have this free flow and that we're all playing and that's what the script was built, so that they could bring in people like Ken and for Kevin to be able to improv and make it really fun. If not, it's like everything kind of can get a little bit stagnant.
It's true. The energy goes down.
Yeah. And everything when they did it was so surprising. I mean, that's why all of our reactions are so real, because like the stuff. I mean, this guy's brain is like he's just spit like in the scene in the car, like him and Kevin in the back were just. I mean, an entire night shoot, and it didn't stop. It was like just over and over and over and over, and a lot of then you get our reactions that are real, which is like, oh my gosh, what shut up.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think I'm kind of part of the process lately in comedy movies is you want to have a tight script so you can it's a springboard to bounce off of, so you can do improv as needed, and then there's some other times where things are so important to the plot where you don't really want to improvise. So I think it's picking. The more I do it, is more when to pick and choose your spots. So I think there are moments now if I'm tracking the story, it's so important that we have to go from point A to point B for the viewer. You shouldn't joke around. So just because you need the plot to be. Sometimes when you improv, sometimes it can go so long because you're having so much fun. It can go so long. So I always think when I'm improvising lately, is there a way I can tighten it up to something that's like just a little bit shorter so that it can be more usable?
Have a bit of fun.
That's because he's an executive producer now.
He's thinking in his mind.
Yeah, so
time is money.
Yeah, when I'm improvising, sometimes lately when I improvise, sometimes now even on my own show, I know that it's inherently too long and I can't use it. I mean, even if it's really funny, I know I can't use it. So it's a fun thing to keep learning about.
It's an art. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, both your characters are great at what they do in their professional lives, and they have a little bit of awkward social skills, if we could put it that way.
Yes. I think when you when anybody designates their entire life to their job, being a part of society is an awkward feeling, and when we were talking about this last night at dinner, like about how with the hackers, right, with your world, like, and anybody who's like so invested in technology don't really look up. We looked around all these people, like there'll be people sitting on a table and no one's talking to each other. They're all on their phones. You look in a car and there's like 3 passengers and they could all be talking to each other, but they'd rather just be on their phone doing that. And so I feel like our characters both have that same element where we're both so invested in our job, or you're inside the house hacking and you're doing like that. Except he seems actually a lot more comfortable. He's like motorboating women in like the club, and I think your character does get out. It seems like
he gets out.
Yeah. Which I love about the character so much, because just when you have him pegged one way, he's trying to go another way, and I love that about that character.
It's a different character that you've. I mean,
absolutely.
The whole movie, I didn't know which kind of energy you'd be bringing up, and it was cool because it was just a different guy.
It was the first movie in a long time where I was able to get a couple of different energies. You can be really, there are elements of comedy there, but I love like being, doing the scene where they're infiltrating a party and I'm just in the car navigating them to go, and I love that because I rarely as an actor get a chance to help navigate the scene, and there wasn't anything overtly humorous about me doing, but I love that because it's like, oh wow, I'm exploring another side of that.
You get to see a fuller character instead of just somebody coming in just to be a little bit crazy and wild to make you laugh.
Exactly. It was so much. It was actually, so for me, it was actually so much fun to kind of almost like tie up that scene together, which is really, it was fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you have physical preparation for this one and X-Men at the same time, or did they not coincide?
No, we shot this movie a year and a half ago. We shot this movie in 2014 summer, and I shot X-Men this past summer, so there's a year difference. This movie, I was not in in the shape that I got into for X-Men,
So in this movie, you have a helmet that does like magnet powers?
No.
This movie?
No. It's a different movie.
Okay. Because in Apocalypse, you're Miami PD.
No. In X-Men, I'm Psylocke, and in Ride Along 2, the movie that you're in, I'm Miami PD.
So in this movie, you absorb people's superpowers.
And
then
Ride
you have
Along
their-
2, I absorb superpowers, yes. That's 100% right. He's right. He's right about that. I did not get into shape for this movie, and I wish that but I wish I did, because once I got in shape
You're
for
amazing
X-Men.
shape for this movie. You're the
But-
best shape of all of us.
No, Kevin probably was.
Oh,
But
Kevin.
yeah. But
and Benjamin Bratt.
Benjamin Bratt in better shape than everybody.
Oh, my God.
But once I did X-Men, it's just the feeling of taking care of yourself and feeling capable and strong. It's I just love that feeling, and the side effect of losing weight and feeling like your clothes fit you better, and not have being like, I'm gonna take the stairs instead of the elevator. Like, that didn't really happen before. I was like, why make an elevator if you don't take it? I think it's disrespectful to the inventor of the elevator. I mean, he worked very hard on making an elevator. I'm sure it was hard to make stairs, but it's hard to make an elevator. But now I take the stairs a lot more.
If I was a superhero, I'd be Elevator Boy, because I would just have the power to be in any elevator at any time.
Well,
So,
I'm gonna
can you
pitch
call up the X-Men?
I'm-
Is there a mutant Elevator Boy?
I don't know if you can introduce a new character that doesn't exist, but I think that's a
Right.
standalone, full franchise movie.
Exactly.
Okay,
Elevator boy.
thank you.
Elevator
I can
boy.
see you.
Got
Born
allies
apology.
here.